Hello everybody, Deborah here, and I know it's been a long time. In fact, it's been a very long time since I've been here with you all, and I'm so happy to be back because I really missed you all. But every once in a while you hit a patch of ice, and that is most certainly what happened to us here at It's Not Just Dogs. So Mom, aka Elouise, aka Pack Dietitian, had a little problem with her heart recently. Don't panic, she is fine and she's doing fine. In fact, she's actually better than new. But during the recovery process, she shared with me that she really just didn't feel like doing the raw diet prep. You know, the barf diet, bones with raw food, is kind of hard to prepare. And as you know, most of you know that I do have a dog sitting business. That is, I do when there's no pandemic. And I'm not home a lot, so the responsibility did fall to her. So I totally get it. And so we both decided it was best that I search for something new to feed Boss. So I went on a search to find something healthy, equally healthy, or at least what I felt was very healthy, something easy to prepare. You know, I think I did a good job. I thought I knew a lot about dog food, but boy, did I ever learn some new things. So I thought it might be interesting for you guys if I shared what I discovered, how I made my decision, and how happy am I with our decision, and really how is Boss liking it, and how he's doing. Pros and cons kind of thing. So I am preparing that, and I will have that sometime next week. But right now I really wanted to discuss something that I found really distressing, and I just felt it would be really important to kind of share some information about a certain thing that's been going around the internet and news. First, the worrisome news. I'm pretty sure everybody has seen the Facebook posts of the two dogs and I think a cat as well in China that were purported to have come down with, you know, the coronavirus. And then shortly thereafter, and most recently, there was a news report of the tigers in the New York Zoo coming down with the COVID-19 virus as well. So the bad news that every time these kind of stories appear, they often include, you know, kind of like incomplete information and incomplete facts. So it doesn't take long for rumors to really fly with a lot of incorrect information, and it can make it very, very problematic for the dogs. Bad things are happening in certain areas to our dogs because of this mistaken belief. So today I wanted to share some research I did, and I came up with a couple of really good articles, and I am linking those down in the description. And I do recommend you read them. They're short but to the point, so it's certainly should relieve any anxiety if you have any about the fact of whether or not your dog could give you the virus. The first one is from the Humane Society, and again, I'm not going to read these whole articles, but you know, I am going to post them down below, so read them. But on February 28th, the Hong Kong Agriculture, Fisheries and Conservation Department reported that a pet dog had contact with a person infected with the virus and then tested positive. Well, the fact is, really, while the virus was in his nose and his mouth and in his lungs, it never actually resulted in a full-blown respiratory COVID-19 virus. So he really didn't contract it, and he was living with someone that did have the virus. So that's the story on that one. So it's, you know, it actually sounds more like someone who has the virus can actually give it to the animals rather than vice versa. there's no evidence that your cats and dogs are more likely to spread the coronavirus than your cell phone or your keys. They say those, cell phone particularly, is very dirty. But apart from staying in the respiratory system, the disease can reside on the skin like it can in any inanimate object. Now, I went further and I went to the American Medical Veterinary Association and found an article there that was even clearer. And it says, with regards to people who are concerned about getting the virus through touching a contaminated surface, such as pet fur, because some people are concerned about that, and then touching the mouth or the nose or the eyes. And the article states that really smooth surfaces like countertops, door handles, and that sort of thing, slick surfaces, are more likely transmit the virus rather than porous materials such as money, paper money, and pet fur. So it says that because it is so porous, especially fibrous materials, they trap the virus as opposed to have it sitting on the top where you touch it and can get it. So that was something I thought was very important to know. And then also, it says that at this time there is no evidence that the virus that causes COVID-19 can spread to people from the skin or fur of pets. So, in conclusion, it appears that the risk is more for dogs and cats getting the virus from us rather than the alternative. Now that we have that clear, I also want to let you know that I think both articles recommended, of course, washing hands before and after feeding, handling food supplies, and of course picking up pet waste, and to keep their bowls and bedding. I think it's important to keep the bedding extra clean right now. I just think that would be a really great idea. So both of these articles were informative, and I really encourage you to read them because you will feel better. Now for the good news. There is good news for our fur babies. All of you may have heard that a lot of the shelters everywhere are getting increased requests for fostering and or adoption since we've all been required to stay in our homes. So I guess people are lonely, they have more time, and there's nothing better than a dog or a cat or a pet to make you feel loved and secure. It creates the pheromones, everything. Don't even get me started. It's the best thing ever. People live longer with pets, etc., etc., etc. So we all know that, right? So this is the best news ever. So now that we are not alone during this stay-at-home thing, we do need to be responsible pet parents, right? After all, we love our pets, and we would never, ever, ever want them to wind up in the shelter, whether it be we got them from a shelter, or if they would have to be because something might happen to us, God forbid. God forbid. So what I did was I put together a handy coronavirus emergency pet guide. It has resources. You will always be prepared. You will have it all ready, and you can just have it ready. I think you'll like it. And for those of you who are still just a little tiny bit nervous, I also included in this pet guide a link to a video tutorial, and I went ahead and wrote the recipe out for you too as well, for a do-it-yourself dog wipes. It's the best one that I found. They're all over the internet. This one is short and sweet, and you don't have to go find the hair of a hog and the toenails of a frog to prepare this. It's actually stuff and ingredients that you most likely have and you keep on hand, so your dog will smell good and you can couch cuddle without worry. So please click the link down below and order your free download. Just fill out the information and it will be given to you right away. So that's it for today. I'm so glad to be back. I've missed you all terribly, and if you liked this video, of course, hit the subscribe button and the like button. Those things help me greatly. I am desperately still trying to get to 100 subscribers, so bear that in mind. So subscribe, click link below in the description, and get your free informative emergency coronavirus pet guide. Lots of love to you all, hugs and kisses, and woofs to all of you. And I'll see you next time.